So Donald Trump announced on a White House meeting today that he is putting on an approximate tariff of 100% on any and all computer chips and semiconductors. Now, he wants everything built here in America, but we don't have the resources here, the minerals, etc., needed to make chips. We've discussed that before. And Donald Trump doesn't understand how tariffs work. He is still convinced that they are paid by the foreign country. At least that's what he says. Every time he says it, that, well, China will pay it or Japan will pay it. No, it's paid by the company that brings it in. Now, I'm going to use Apple because Apple was in this meeting with Donald Trump. Let's say Apple does bring in computer chips to build computers or whatever. When those chips hit the port, they would pay 100% tariff, causing their costs to go up by 100%. Now, Donald Trump says, well, if you build them here, there'll be no tariff. The problem is, as we've discussed every time these tariffs come up, is it takes years to build manufacturing. And that's just not going to happen overnight. And besides that, like I just said, we don't have the minerals required to bring them in. And a lot of countries are not supplying us with those minerals anymore, in part because of the tariffs. And getting those minerals are getting more expensive because of the other tariffs on other countries and the uncertainty Donald Trump has caused with global trade. Now, we don't even know if his tariffs are going to be considered legal. That is an issue for the Supreme Court to decide, as there are cases playing out, and it will ultimately end up there. But he wants to put 100% on computer chips. That's ridiculous. Now, remember, during the pandemic, one of the things that was causing the price of electronics and everything with electronics in it to skyrocket was that computer chips just weren't available. We couldn't get them, which led to Joe Biden passing the CHIPS Act in 2022, which was building infrastructure to produce chips. It was grants and things like that, allowing companies to create the manufacturing plants to build those, and Donald Trump was vehemently against the CHIPS Act, in part because it was a win for Joe Biden. But here Donald Trump just wants to say, well, we're just going to put a tariff on it. It's going to work out. It's not until the manufacturing plants are up and running and actually producing things here. All the tariff is going to do is make your electronics that much more expensive, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's just throwing things out there, hoping it'll work.